Alright everyone, and welcome back to Vettel Career. In the previous race it was a 5th place finish at the Turkish Grand Prix at that eventful final lap, and here's how the driver standings look after that race. Michael Schumacher now 6 points clear of Fernando Alonso. Vettel is 32 back with only 40 to play for, so I don't think he's really in his title fight now, but good battle still going on for third with him and Kimi Raikkonen, so he'll be looking to beat the McLaren driver today then at the Italian Grand Prix. And we're actually going to go straight to the race today because it's sort of the same old story really in qualifying, and I didn't want to skip out any of this race. I mean, you'll already notice that it's a bit longer than normal, but yeah, it's just, well, you'll see as this race plays out just why I didn't want to skip any of it out. And well, here's the grid then. Mark Webber's on pole. That's a surprise right there. I mean, Williams has been looking quick so in the last few races, but not as quick. Michael Schumacher then championship leader second on the grid. I'll please to focus down Bontoy and Vettel, Raikkonen and Barrichello on row 3. Then it's Button and Alonso there, only 8th place for him. And then Vettel at once again bottom qualifying in 10th. The two Toyotas then split by clean there, then from 11th to 13th. Rosberg only 14th. There's the BMW's on row 8, the Toros is on row 9, and Sato split the two Midlands out, and there's Montero and Ide that rounded out the grid. So yeah, we're going to go to the grid now then, and so yeah, the same old story really for Vettel then in qualifying. He just can get the lap together in Q3 after actually getting there, but yeah, we've got lights coming on now then. And away they go then for the Italian Grand Prix, and Vettel didn't get the best launch again, but it looks like in the sort of the second phase he's managed to get it back. Then he's past Massa and Alonso, looking at Button now then towards turn 1, but he's been a little bit boxed in on the inside. Alonso goes around his outside. It looks like Alonso's made up a few places there then, but he's a bit slow there actually off turn 2, and it looks like Vettel and Button are both back past him then. So Vettel into 8th place now then, so that's a good start then into the points already then. And he's got Raikkonen, he can see him just ahead there. In fact, look at this slipstream he's got, he's past both Hondas, he's looking at Raikkonen as well then, but has to back out of it. But Barrichello was trying to look back at him there, but just didn't quite have enough. But what speed Vettel had there then. I mean, he struggled a little bit in qualifying, but that he didn't have much downforce. But yeah, a lot of straight line speed in that Red Bull today. Much like in Indianapolis, it didn't really work out from there, but I'll be hoping that with a few more straights here in Monza it might work out a little bit better than it did on that day. But yeah, obviously he'll be looking to try and stay out of trouble, like unlike he did in Indianapolis, where of course he had the incident with Heidfeld and then speed hit him head on, and yeah, the whole race just went completely wrong. But once again, we're going to see the straight line speed of this Red Bull, and the guy towards Paraguay, who's like going about 206 miles an hour there, I think, diving at the inside. Kimi Raikkonen, he's up into 5th place then, so it's been a very good opening lap of the race then, as we about to cross the line then. And Michael Schumacher then's not a good start. He qualified second, of course, alongside Webber on the front row. He'd have been looking to win this one, as Vettel crosses on the first lap and sets a fast lap of the race somehow. I don't know how that one worked out. As we see Montoya taking the lead, and Michael Schumacher passing Vettel then back up to 3rd place for him. So that's all going on in this these early stages of the race then, and Vettel right on the leading group now then. That's exactly what he needs to. He skipped to later on in the lap, then a little bit of a train starting to form behind Mark Webber in second, and that's going to play into the hands of Montoya. Fisichella got a scary wrong, and Vettel's going to pass him comfortably then, so they head down the back straight, and Vettel up into 4th place, and can Fisichella try and pull a move on him. We see Michael Schumacher try and look at Montoya there, and looks like he's through on Webber even, but Vettel sliding about a lot in parabolic. You can see that lack of aero really coming into play at that point, but nonetheless he's past Fisichella then, he's up to 4th, but Fisichella is looking back in now. There's some very good straight line speed in that Renault, and enough to match the Red Bull clearly, but he's heading towards turn 1 now then, and he's just not quite close enough. Vettel locking up a little bit, but he's later on the brakes, and he managed to pull the move. And look at this behind then for 5th place, and it was actually Button here then had a problem, and Clean just cheekily slipping through there. But yeah, they were like a group of 5 there, all close together, and Button though having some kind of problem. Last 3 races now out of the points, hasn't scored any points since he won the German Grand Prix, so yeah, a real disappointing run of form for him then at this stage. But we're skipping now into lap 4, and Vettel right on the tail of Webber now then, as he's going to try and get onto the podium now, and so heading around the Curva Grande, and look at the run Vettel's got then. He's going to be past him before they even get to the corner here, and just all he had to do was go over to the outside line, which of course became the racing line, and 3 goes then up into 3rd place, and that was yeah, as I say, a very easy move for him because of that straight line speed and that Red Bull. And yeah, we see a replay of it then, and Webber taking sort of the normal racing line. Of course, that sort of, you go defensive and then you move back across. But yeah, Vettel didn't need to worry about that. He just had that line, and yeah, he was through it and comfortably into podium place then. So going very well for him so far. Then it's getting out to lap 6 then, and he was dropped about 4 or 5 seconds behind the leaders, but then Montoya pits us quite early then, so it'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. But cross the line then, to begin the 7th lap, yeah, you can see he's 5 seconds behind Michael Schumacher, so yeah, it might be a chance to gain some place in the pits then, well, some time in the pits anyway. But as you see on the next lap then, and Schumacher's in then, so Vettel was heavier than both the front two, so that's going to play into his hands quite a lot here. And Fisichella is following those, so he's going to have to watch out for him behind. But yeah, Schumacher and Montoya were both higher than Vettel, so that could be crucial. And I did actually manage to get the point where Schumacher came out the pits here, and you can see how close it was with Heidfeld and Montoya. But look at that, he moved across on Montoya, and sort of more of a move you expect from Montoya there. But Schumacher very aggressive, and he wanted that place, and he's got himself ahead of Montoya, so he's now in the prime position really to be taking the win here today then. But not if Vettel has a very good lap here, then he could bring himself right into play then, because of course he was running longer than them as they head now towards the Ascari chicane. And no, he's been hit from behind by Fisichella, and he's spun it, and oh, he's gone across the apex, so he's going to have a penalty. Not fair at all on him. He's got damaged rear wing as well then, and oh, he's lost so much time to Fisichella there, and it just looked like he was completely wiped out there as Webber's looking at him now then for second, and that's just ruined Vettel's afternoon really. And you see a replay of it now then, so they head up towards Ascari, and well, Fisichella just, yeah, that really did seem like a half-hearted move. Maybe a little bit of payback there for Silverstone, except that, well, that day they weren't really racing for anything, and today it was all to play for. And yeah, we see from on board, Fisichella was just never going to make that move, and he just completely wiped Vettel out there. Not fair at all on the Red Bull driver. But Fisichella did have front wing damage then from that incident, and well, then we skipped later in the lap then, and Vettel's going to be coming in now. It's a scheduled stop anyway, but well, what can they do now then? That was his best, well, it was a good chance for a race win. It looks like he's going out the window then. Fisichella also came in as well then. Ben comes out then, I think that's, who was that behind him there? I think it was the Honda, but well, it's Fisichella going past there. So, I mean, are Red Bull the only team that can't change a front wing quickly or something? Because they seem to take about 15 seconds of it, whereas everyone else seems to be able to do it pretty quickly. But Vettel's coming out the pits now then, and well, never mind, they've managed to fix the rear wing somehow without even doing anything. But Vettel's out there in 9th place, that's not what he needed there. He just came out right behind Tiago Montero in the Midland, and that's going to be holding him up now then, unless he can get past him quickly. And he's made a little bit of a mistake on cold tyres in turn 2, so that's not helping him out at all here. But as they head around the Curva Grande then, he might get a slipstream of him and might have a look into the chicane then. He's got Barrichello and Alonso behind him at the moment. He's looking at the inside, oh, and that's just frustration creeping in there for Vettel. That was, they didn't need to do that there, and now he's got a damaged front wing. He's going to have to put up with that for the rest of the race. And yeah, all that trying to pass the Midland, it was unnecessary really. And yeah, well, just criticising Fisichella for that previous move, but then Vettel really did the same thing there. But yeah, you can see a few cars he's still ahead of there in the background. Barrichello, Raikkonen, Alonso, none of them having a good day, it has to be said. But yeah, now the rest of the cars come into the pits then. Barrichello looking at Vettel, because of course Vettel was struggling for lap time at this stage. But Webber comes out of the pits then just ahead, so that's really just going to have made his day worse. And you see on the mini-map that Fisichella was right up with Montoya and Schumacher at this stage, and that's a real shame then, because I mean, Vettel could have been right up there with them, as a back marker went off, and well, the green flags have come out at this stage, but Webber was slowing down, and he's just given Vettel 4th place there, and Vettel not doing anything wrong, because the green flags we clearly saw were out then. I mean, there's some oil there, but not the yellow flags. They've been put back in at this stage, and yeah, Vettel just handed 4th place on a plate. But skip to the next lap, there's definitely yellow flags out now then. So there's been a problem somewhere up ahead, and we see that it's Montoya then. He's had an engine failure. He was on for his best result of the season, I believe, and Vettel slowed down a bit. I mean, the rest of them slowed down quite a lot, but Vettel not getting any kind of penalty there, so he hasn't done anything wrong by getting that much time over the others. But yeah, Montoya was running in second place. I mean, he could have been leading the race had it not been for Schumacher's very aggressive tactics coming out the pits. But yeah, that's a big disappointment for Montoya, who's not had a good season. And yeah, we're skipping now then to, well, third to last lap, and there's another yellow flag. And well, Vettel's getting a penalty for going too quick there, so he has been slowed down this time. But you can see on the mini-map what's caused this yellow flag, and that's going to be crucial then for the championship as we go past, and we see that is the Ferrari of Michael Schumacher that's had another engine failure, and that is big news in the championship battle then, because Schumacher then with that 6-point advantage over Alonso, and now he's going to score nothing when he had the 10 points in the bag, and that is a big disappointment for Ferrari then in Italy. And well, who would have expected that then? I mean, you wouldn't expect one reliability failure from Ferrari, but two in what, 4 or 5 races? That's unheard of really. And yeah, it's blown the championship wide open then. Alonso not having a good day, and that's going to put him right back into it then with that DNF then. But Vettel up into second place, and he'd have been thinking now that he could have had a win in the bag here, as he's really starting to struggle at this stage, and that damaged front wing not doing him any favours as Barrichello's getting alongside him here. But he's up to second place then through all this. I mean, it's been a really topsy-turvy afternoon, but yeah, he'll be so annoyed that that incident with Fisichella happened, because it really just set him back from there. Yeah, and then out of the pits, I mean, he had the incident with Montero then, and it's just all sort of just went wrong from there for him. But yeah, he's still got second place at this stage. He's holding off Rubens Barrichello at the moment then for the podium, but as another oil flag has gone out, and what could it be for this time? Hang on, where's Barrichello gone? Yep, he's had an engine failure as well. I mean, this is just getting ridiculous. I mean, we've seen Button out, Schumacher, Montoya, and now Barrichello on the penultimate lap has also dropped out, and yeah, really are dropping like flies at this stage, and that's crucial for Honda then. Double DNF for them. That's really going to put Red Bull back, well, close to them in the constructors then in that battle for fourth. I mean, McLaren have lost some points as well today as well then, so yeah, this is all sort of adding up in the championship really. As we skip to the final lap now then, Fisichella with a 26 second advantage at this stage as Vettel locks up into turn 1. Oh no, you gotta be kidding me. 14 seconds of penalties, and he didn't even gain any time. I mean, oh man, I can't believe that. Raikkonen's going through then, and Vettel's just has to cruise around Curva Grande now then. And Webber's going through, Alonso going through, and Massa, and now he can finally put the throttle down. Rosberg's trying to have a look as well, and he's down to 6th place, and all because he locked up at the chicane and he didn't even gain an advantage from it. And well, if he was furious before, then he'll be livid now, because yeah, I mean, he's seen a win be snatched from him today, and now he's seen a podium as well, and yeah, he's just got to try and, like he's in Turkey, salvage something here then on this final lap. And I mean, what a rollercoaster it has been today then, as he's looking at Massa now then towards the Scarry. You see Alonso trying to pull and pass on Webber as well, then he's suddenly got himself into a good place, having been nowhere all afternoon. Same with Raikkonen, who's now on the podium. But yeah, well, Vettel couldn't pull off the move there on Massa. Massa defending very well into a Scarry there. He knows he has to salvage something at least today for Ferrari. But Vettel's got a fantastic run to his parabolic where he's dived at the inside, and he has managed to make the move stick. Has he? No, he's run wide on the exit parabolic where he's on the grass, but it does look like he's held onto it. And what a rollercoaster this has been. And for the second race in a row, Vettel recovering the place on the final lap as he takes 5th place in at Monza. And I need to get my breath back after that one. But yes, Giancarlo Fisichella then, he takes the win. That's the first Italian to win on home soil for over 40 years then. And Kimi Raikkonen nearly half a minute behind in second place. I mean, he was nowhere earlier on in the race, and now he's suddenly second. The pole sitter Webber is third. Alonso again, someone who was nowhere all race, and suddenly he's got 4th place. His main title rival didn't finish. Vettel had a podium until the last lap and finishes 5th. Massa the only Ferrari there in 5th. We saw further down there it was Rosberg and Philippe got the final points, and Christian Klein, oh, is he ever going to get that point? He was only 4 seconds off it today. And well, it was the 2 BMWs after that in 10th, 11th. They had a good race, as did the Toro Rosses there on home soil 12th and 13th. The Midlands in 14th, 15th there, with Sato the final finisher there in 16th. And then look at that down there: Barrichello, Michael Schumacher, Montoya, Ralf Schumacher, Button, and of course the most important one, Yuji Ide there in the Super Aguri Honda. So what a dramatic race it was in the end then. So many big name retirements there. And well, it puts Alonso now just 1 point behind Schumacher in the championship with 3 rounds to go. Vettel and Raikkonen are also level on points in that battle for third. Vettel actually keeps himself in contention mathematically for the title then with that result, as does Raikkonen. But yeah, Massa overtakes Montoya, then Montoya so unlucky not to get more from today. But yeah, we see Speed overtaking Albers and 18th in the championship. But other than that, not much else happening down at the bottom of the standings then. So now I'm going to look to constructors then. Renault comfortably the biggest scorers then today then, and they extend the lead to 29 points now with Ferrari then. They're edging towards that constructors title again then. Red Bull have closed it to just 10 points behind Honda, but they'll be disappointed they didn't get a bit more from today. There's still BMW, Toro Rosso, Midland and Super Aguri that are yet to score points then this season. We're back in the motorhome then after a crazy race, and well, what are the Red Bull team going to say about that? I mean, they're still happy about it. He's fast becoming a legend at Red Bull apparently, despite throwing away a podium on the final lap. But yeah, that was just really an incredible race and a great win for Vettel Career then. And of course, we're going to see now then the big news, the frustrating day for Super Aguri and that gutting DNF for UGE day. But yeah, it was yeah, that was mad. I mean, I don't think we're going to see another race like that in this series. But I mean, that's not a reason to stop watching it. So yeah, there's still 3 more races to go, and a Midland advert. I mean, no interest in that, of course. But yeah, we're now going to be fast forward in time then. So Chinese Grand Prix then, still 3 rounds to go then in this season, and yeah, still plenty of action still to come then. But if you did enjoy this race, make sure you leave a like. I'll see you next time for the Chinese Grand Prix. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.